Okay, so I really want to get back to watching the Chilean miners get rescued because that is the best reality show of all time. Okay, so I thought I'd talk to you girls about things having to do with my major. And actually right now I'm majoring in magazine journalism, but one of my passions is to do design. So I'm going to teach you design in magazines using Entertainment Weekly, because Entertainment Weekly is my crack. I had to explain this to somebody the other day, that I've been getting this magazine for like 5 or 6 years. Every week. It's addicting. What I really love about Entertainment Weekly is they're constantly doing new things with fonts and graphics and just finding new and different ways to make things interesting. And I know how much painstaking time that can take, so I'm a big fan of their work. So one of the things I want to show you is an interview. I could kill someone, but it's by James Franco, so it's all good, even if there's creepy elements. But what I wanted to show you mainly was that this big A here at the beginning of the article, that's called a drop cap. That's another one of the entry points that you can work into. So all of these drop caps in here, the big I's, the big A, all of these are different entry points where the reader could enter. Sometimes, actually most of the time, the reader cuts out maybe up about here, and then there's another entry point. They'll get interested once again in something if you have a big letter there, or like a subtitle here. So that's one of the ways that magazines and newspapers like to catch your attention. Okay, so one of the rules of design is that the reader looks at a page in the backwards Z. So if somebody was looking at a page like this, they would see Neil Patrick Harris first. Neil Patrick Harris. God, I really suck at this whole pointing thing. But then they would go across, down, backwards Z. So you put the most important information up at the top, preferably over to the side. Oh my god, I suck at this so much, you guys. And then you'll have the headline, and then the subhead, and then the story. Lots of pictures and things to get the reader interested. And here's a blurb for EW.com up at the top, so you're bound to go for it more. And then smaller little mini articles and mini addendums to this main article go to the bottom because the reader is less interested in those. Not to say that they're less important, but they're just less interesting to most. Neil Patrick Harris, mucho importante to the world. Just saying. Like I said before, you could have subtitles to get the reader's attention, or you can just bold the first sentence like these have done. This yellow box here that I can't point at, that's an infograph. That's just another way to project information so it's easier for the reader to read, and it gives them a lot of information in a lot less detail. If you ever see a graph or a little chart thing like this, I suck at this! But if you ever see one of those in a magazine or a newspaper, it's called an infograph. Magazines mostly work in modular design. By modular design, I mean they work with boxes. Perfect example of this. You have rectangle, 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 rectangle. Fills up a lot of space with just a little bit of content. These are all reviews on different albums and stuff. And you have a big rectangle over here, having to do with the bigger CD or whatever. This picture of Lil Wayne is the most important graphic on the page because it's the biggest, but so, well, like your reader's eyes is caught to that. And see where it's located? It's located at the top of the backwards Z. See? See what I did there? Yeah. So girls, this video is going to be pathetically and obnoxiously long because I can't shut up about different design elements. It's kind of pathetic. I actually just went out and bought the program InDesign, which is how you make pages for newspapers and magazines. Also, it had Photoshop. I like Photoshop. But I've got to go and do a bunch of things because I'm going to a Supernatural fan convention this weekend. WinCon, yay! Where I'm going to meet a lot of fangirls that I've known forever on the internet, but I've never actually met in real life, so that should be interesting. I'm excited. But anyway, I have homework to do and WinCon to pack for. So Bailey, I'll see you on Friday.